I have some onions, carrots, garlic, onions, carrots, olive oil, rosemary, thyme, bay leaves, crushed tomato, lentils. I'm gonna put this all together and make a stew. And Chris is gonna come back and we're gonna video it, and I wanna get that online also. In the meantime, Chris is gonna head over to the school right now. He's gonna meet Rocky and Sean, and they're gonna make some more videos that we can post online. Okay, so do a good job with that, Chris, and I'll see you in a little while. Okay. Sifu here, cooking soup. Bringing you into my home so you can see how I do it. One of my favorite things to do is cook, and I think I'm pretty good at it, but you can be the judge if you want to hang in there with me and see what I'm doing. I need to get one thing out of my pinch. Okay, I'm just gonna go to it. Chris, you film. This bowl is good, I just need to make sure. I chopped a lot of stuff earlier today so it would be ready when Chris came over. Because he, Sean, and Rocky are at the school making more videos for the kids. I told Chris to take a break and shoot over here so we can get this online also. Need this towel right here. Put that right there. I gotta put this light on here. Put this light on too. Okay, look what I got. This is lamb shoulder. I got it at Whole Foods. It's pretty lean for lamb. I had the butcher trim all the fat off it. Comes in a piece about that big. It's grass-fed lamb shoulder from New Zealand. And then when I get home, I trim any fat. I trimmed a lot of fat. So I got it about like that. Lamb is probably the only red meat that I eat. I don't eat steak. I find steak kind of tough. I like this because if I put it in soup and slow cook it for a while, it's very tender. Lamb, eggs, fish, my main sources of protein, along with nuts and seeds. And I'm getting some protein in from legumes that I use. Okay, so let's get right to it. Olive oil in this pan. Heat on. I need this towel, Chris. I use a lot of garlic in my cooking. Let's chop garlic. Putting that garlic in there. That's a decent amount for a pot this size. And get a little extra oil. Because we're going to be going through the beginning kind of quickly. Because I want Chris to get back to the school. All right. Keep an eye on that. Hang on, Chris. I'm going over here to get some water. All right. I'm going to take this meat. I don't need more oil because the fat from the lamb will start to melt. Now I'm going to put this meat in here like that. Now I used to cook this exact same thing that I'm making without lamb. I just started using the lamb about a year ago, maybe even less. So what I'm doing for all my vegetarian friends, You can do the exact same thing I'm doing without using a lamp. I just want to brown that lamb a little bit. That lamb's gonna be in a stew. I cook this with lamb when I feel like I'm craving that type of protein, and this part will last me all week. I'll lower the heat down a little bit. I'm going like that because I'm scraping. I don't want to get any burnt stuff on the side of the pot. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, so I just get that going a little bit. Can you see that, Chris?
Yes.
That lamb's getting a little bit brown. Yeah, so I just got to do that for a little while, a few minutes. If this was summertime and I grilled that lamb just for a short period of time, just to brown it a little bit, and then put it in the soup, that's a nice system also. But if I wasn't using the lamb, again, to any vegetarians out there, I would just put the garlic in and stir fry. And on occasion, I'll put ginger, the same amount of garlic if I want that flavor, with the olive oil. I always try to get a state-grown olive oil because one of the biggest factors in the quality of olive oil is that the olives are crushed within 24 hours of being picked. And the only way that can happen is they have to be estate grown. They have to be grown right there and then crushed at the same place. Just hang in there, Chris. Let me just let this brown a little bit. I could speed up the process here, and it should be okay. So what I'm going to do next, once I get like that, boom, onions. Organic red onions, I'm going to just put them right in there. Now I'm forming my base. Olive oil, garlic, onions. Keep stir frying, keep mixing it up. Get the onions in there. Okay, now I got some onions in there. So what else is coming next? I'll tell you. I'm going to speed this whole process up. I'm going to go like this. Get a little water in here right away. I'm going to turn the heat up a little bit. I'm going to go here. And I'll put these carrots in there. Organic carrots, just chop them up. Now I'm working on the base. Garlic, onion, carrot. That's about, yeah, olive oil. That's the base. And then from there, you can just get creative. I would have waited a little bit longer, probably on the browning of the lamb, before I put the onion and the carrots in. So there it is, it's going like that. I still haven't put any sodium or pepper or herbs in there. Just getting the base going. Another part of the base on this soup will be this, crushed tomatoes. I prefer no salt because I like to put my own salt. I get a can opener. I'm not going to use this whole can because I don't want it to be too tomatoey. I'm going to get a lot of flavor from that lamb, the lamb fat, the onion, carrots, garlic. I'll put a little bit of that. Yeah, I probably put that much. Putting that back there. All right. Okay. I wonder how everyone thinks I'm doing, Chris. I'm going to send out a questionnaire. You can give me some ratings. All right, so there we go. We're working on the base. Got that in there. Now, I'm going to put some bay leaves in there. If I go with the thyme flavor, I'm going to put this whole package in there. But I'm not going to put it in until kind of near the end and only leave it in there for like 20 minutes. And I'll be hitting it with this, and those little leaves will fall off, and then I'll take all the stems. I'll take it out like in a big hunk, and I'll have the thyme flavor in there. That's how I like to do it. But I don't put it in too early because I think there's oils in these herbs that lose their potency if you cook them too long. So I'm probably going to go with the thyme. I'm definitely going with bay leaves. I'll probably put 4 of these. I might put some rosemary in, and I have cumin and turmeric that will probably, yeah, I'm just gonna decide how I feel as I go. Sometimes I just go with cumin and turmeric in with this, but lately I've been getting into the thyme and the rosemary. So Chris is going to get back to the school, and I'm just going to tend to this, add a little bit more water, probably add a little bit more of the crushed tomato. Oh, and yeah, get it cooked up a bit. I'll add celery in here a little bit later, and I have lentils soaking right there. I'm going to put a little lentils in there. So if I wasn't using the lamb, it would be more like a lentil soup with all the vegetables. I'm adding the lamb because I want the protein, and I'll put lentils. If I didn't have the lamb, I'd put a larger amount of lentils than that, and I don't even think I'm going to put that many. And this butternut squash. I held back, I like a lot of carrots, I held back a little bit in case I want to put some of this in there, because that can add a nice flavor to the soup also. So I'm going to tend to this. Chris is going to get back to the school, and then after you guys make the next video, come on back. We'll see how the soup is doing, and I'll inform our viewers what other ingredients I added. All right, thank you. Okay, we're back. So we got the soup going. Let me give a quick recap. Olive oil, bunch of garlic I had in here. Then I put the chopped onions, chopped carrots, a little bit of crushed tomato. I ended up using slightly less than half a can of that. And that's when I left you guys. I had a little crushed tomato, garlic, onion, carrot, and I was forming the base. And I put some water in there too. And I had the lamb in there. I was browning the lamb a little bit. And then I added this much butternut squash. Four bay leaves. A whole carton of thyme. So I just shut the gas off. So I look here. So here we go. So there it is. Now this thyme right here, that's been sitting in there for a while. I'm just gonna go like that and see those little leaves. It kind of breaks up. I also put in fresh mint. Like this. Some nice fresh mint. That's what that green is in there. So hang on, Chris, stay right there. So I'm gonna take, I just put the whole thyme in there, then I'm gonna grab it like this. I'm just gonna go like that. I can see the little leaves coming out, but it's been in there long enough, so I'm gonna get good flavor from it. Yeah, and I have the 4 bay leaves. There's a little piece of the thyme. Okay, so what's producing the flavor in the soup? I have the lamb, the lamb shoulder, the onion, carrots, garlic, the butternut squash, the fresh mint, the thyme. I did not put any rosemary in there, but I'm gonna put a little turmeric. I don't mind putting a little turmeric. I'll probably even put more turmeric later. I'll put a little cumin too, because I like those flavors. But I could have got by without adding these, no problem. But I'm gonna go just a little bit like that. And okay, that's it. I got some protein. I got the lentils in there. Usually I use red lentils, but I haven't been able to find red lentils in about 4 months. So I put some green lentils in there. Here's some more of the thyme that I'm gonna grab out. Some right here. And sometimes I don't use the lamb at all. And sometimes I cut back on the lentils. Some people think lentils are not good for you because of the phytic acid in lentils. Phytic acid, they say, binds to minerals in your body, especially iron and zinc. You could become, some people think you could become iron deficient if you ate a lot of phytic acid. It's present in legumes. It's high in lentils. So minerals that we need to, that our body needs binds to phytic acid, and some call it an anti-nutrient. But I'm not a believer of that. I've been eating lentils my whole life. There's also evidence that suggests that phytic acid is a cancer fighter, and it's an antioxidant, and it's good for you. And some people have digestive situations, and maybe phytic acid is not good for them. It falls into the lectin family. It's when a plant, lectins are in grains, and plants produce lectins to fend off insects that are going to eat them. And some people think that people have problems digesting lectins. But I've been eating lentils most of my life, and I enjoy them. The only thing I could have put a little curry in there if you like the curry flavor. Sometimes I'll chop up a bunch of kale, and right now when I turn the heat off, I'll just throw it in there and just let that sit on top of that for a couple of hours. Right when I turn the heat off, yeah, I put some chopped up kale in there sometimes. When I eat that during the week, I may or may not do this. Red pepper hummus. Usually I get roasted red pepper hummus, but I didn't see any on the shelf. And I'll get a bowl. And I'll show you the soup again. Look at how good that looks. I can tell you that's gonna taste good. I still didn't add sodium to it. Yeah, I put a little sodium in, but it'll be more sodium. So I can put some roasted red pepper hummus in in my bowl and mix it up with that, and maybe even put just a dab of olive oil. The red pepper hummus, when I make lentils and I mix it up each time I have a serving during the day, it adds a nice flavor. And I'll keep this whole thing right in my fridge, and it'll be one of my meals every day. And after 4 days, if I have some left over, I'll freeze it. This is a fish stew that I froze, and I'll freeze any left over. And that's it. That's the lamb lentil vegetable soup, flavored with thyme, bay leaves, cumin, turmeric, garlic, onion, carrot, olive oil's in there. If you tuned into this whole session with me making the soup, thank you very much. And if you have any feedback, please let me know, because I always want to learn about different methods of cooking and different flavors. So thanks for watching. See you later.